tonight, and then we can do yours tomorrow.
Okay, sure thing.
Is there any chance I'd be able to record outside and then give it to you after school? Because I need to practice my board.
Yeah.
I still haven't done that yet. Actually, I can come in after. She won't be here today. I can come in after school. I can work on it. Shoot. I can find someone to work on it after
Well,
school.
and you can record, like, honestly, me and Zaffron might have to do theirs on, like, photo booth. I don't know how they're going to do theirs,
Yeah.
but it's not going to be a very nice video.
Yeah. Well, that's how it went last year, too. Oh, am I in the shot? Okay.
You might be, yeah.
Money is at the forefront of operations for pharmaceutical companies. The CDC and the FDA must partner with large corporations to provide drugs for American citizens. However, the relationship between these partners is not always a morally stringent one. History has shown us that when billion-dollar industry combines with government regulation, the consequences are severe, far-reaching, and heavily scrutinized. That is, if the public is willing to call out corruption and demand a systematic change. In the case of childhood vaccines and federal law, the conflicts of interest from this partnership would negate the effectiveness of the regulation because the common people would feel deceived and coerced into vaccination practices. It's too slow. Devious activity in the medical community keeps parents rightfully skeptical about vaccines, even after the thimerosal autism link has been invalidated. In an ideal world, doctors and drug manufacturers would collaborate with politicians, and each party would have the best of intentions. We all know this is not how people make decisions in capitalistic society. Conflicts of interest spring up between parties working intersectionally and often are driven by a desire for personal gain. According to an article published by the NIH in 2012, the motivations for bias in vaccine safety research range from reasons political, financial, legal, and bureaucratic. Such biases affect vaccine manufacturers at the top of the chain, medical journals publishing research results, and health officials working in hospitals across the country. When the obstruction or avoidance of vaccine risk factors is thus delivered between each of these fields, patients feel underinformed about the potential harms of vaccination. The commonality of these occurrences is a major hindrance to the public's genuine trust in the health sector, especially regarding vaccines. Government involvement would only exacerbate such issues. Julie Gerberding, president of Merck Vaccines, one of the largest vaccine producers in the country, was director of the CDC from 2002 to 2009. Merck currently supplies more than $4 billion annually to the CDC, and this amount is soon to increase. Gerberding's previous influence in the offices of the CDC plays a conflicting role with her new position as president of the manufacturing giant. There are also instances of ineffective vaccines being released, marketed, and administered to patients, in some cases producing severe side effects. In 1998, a vaccine called RotaShield, developed to fight rotavirus, was approved as safe by the FDA. Less than a year later, 102 children suffered from a condition known as intussusception, or severe bowel obstruction, and the vaccine was removed from the market. 29 of the infected children underwent surgery, and 1 infant died from the condition. RotaShield was subsequently removed from doctors' offices, but it begs the question, why was it approved safe in the first place? The costs of vaccination have been skyrocketing lately, as fully detailed by a New York Times article from last July entitled "The Price of Prevention." According to the CDC, the price tag of full... No, it's too fast. This is... The costs of vaccination have been skyrocketing lately, as fully detailed by a New York Times article from last July entitled "The Price of Prevention." According to the CDC, the price tag of full vaccination for a child between birth and 18 years of age covered by private insurance has risen from $100 in 1986 to $2,192 in 2014. Insurance premiums adjust accordingly with increasing immunization costs. Health insurance is simply a guise for steadily growing medical expenses, some of which are entirely unaffordable for our nation's poorest. Parents are not the only ones who experience the pains of rising costs. Doctors often lose money with every vaccine they administer. Many primary care physicians have stopped administering vaccination altogether, or they simply reserve whatever shots they do have for long-standing patients. A 2008 study conducted by the American Academy of Family Physicians surveyed 2,000 of its members and found that 44% reported referring children and their parents to alternative immunization locations, such as the public health department, due to a lack of adequate payment. The survey also found that 50% of